Good morning. Good morning. I know it's Wednesday, but we can do better than that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Josh Hengemühl, and I serve as Assistant Dean of Students and coordinate our orientation and registration programs here at St. Thomas. And I would like to extend a warm Tommy welcome to each and every one of you. Students, we're excited to welcome you to our community of learners here at St. Thomas. Parents and guests who accompanied your student, we're excited to welcome you as well. You too are part of this St. Thomas community. Our program today is a collaboration among academic affairs, student affairs, and enrollment services. Now, those names probably don't mean much to you yet. We haven't gone through orientation or anything like that, but just know that a lot of people came together to make today possible and to welcome you all here. To begin our time together today, I'd like to introduce our campus chaplain, Father Lawrence Blake, who will open us with a prayer.
Thank you, Josh. I'm happy also to be here this morning, and welcome to the class of 2023. Yes, all right. Yeah, all right, great. As a Catholic institution, St. Thomas cares for the well-being of the whole person. Our Center for Campus Ministry is part of that mission, offering students support which nourishes their faith and their commitment to promote the common good. Rooted in our Catholic tradition, we meet the pastoral and spiritual needs of all of our students. We offer opportunities for growth in areas of worship and spirituality, service, and social justice. As a Catholic institution, we care for the spiritual life and well-being of all, regardless of their faith and worldview. We value the goodness, truth, and beauty in all faith traditions and support the search for meaning and purpose in all of our students. As a center, we have a talented and committed staff that will engage you throughout your years here at the university. Among our staff, we have 3 Catholic priests, a Presbyterian pastor, a Jewish rabbi, and a Muslim chaplain. And now I'd ask you to pause and quiet your hearts as I offer this prayer. Ever-loving God, as we begin this journey of scholarship, learning, self-discovery, and personal growth, we turn to you today and ask for your blessings. We thank you for the opportunity to gather here this morning. We thank you for the families and people who have helped us to arrive at this place. We thank you for those that we will meet along the way, new friends, faculty and mentors, and all who will challenge us to grow in ways we never thought possible. As we look to the lessons of the many holy men and women who have gone before us, we ask that we may, like them, be able to recognize the good, beauty, and truth present in every human person. May we act with caring compassion, forge the way for faith and justice, and build a community centered in the values that we all cherish. We ask, O God, that we may recognize your presence in all those we encounter today, and in return reflect your love, compassion, and goodness in all we do. We ask all of these things this morning in your most holy and mighty name. Amen. And now please direct your attention to the screens. Dr. Julie Sullivan, our president, has a greeting for you this morning.
At the University of St. Thomas, it's not just about books and lectures. Here, you'll learn to think critically, act wisely, and work for the common good. As a result, I firmly believe you will discover how you can transform your communities, organizations, and the world. Hi, I'm President Julie Sullivan. While I hope to personally meet you soon, I'm excited to share with you today what makes the St. Thomas experience unique. And the truth is, that experience doesn't happen without you and your family. The St. Thomas journey begins with academics, but takes a different approach. Here, you'll learn how your work can change lives. You'll encounter global religious diversity and practices. You'll stretch yourself in ways you never imagined. And along the way, you'll find the process of learning and discovery can be as important and enjoyable as the outcome. Ultimately, we want students to apply classroom concepts to the world. Beyond critical thinking, St. Thomas seeks wise action. Ours is a community that cares deeply for one another, including faculty, staff, current students, and you. Inclusion is valued here. And as a university rooted in the Catholic faith, we embrace the gospel's call for radical hospitality. In today's world, radical hospitality offers a way to open hearts to different viewpoints, religions, and backgrounds. After all, by 2045, we will live in one of the most diverse nations on earth. Your efforts to foster an inclusive, multicultural campus will prepare you to empower the world to do the same. Ultimately, we want to equip you to advance the common good. We know your education will help you prosper, and we believe you will carry the St. Thomas spirit to also help others prosper. That's why I'm so excited about your journey here at St. Thomas. I know it will be good for you and good for all. I can't wait to meet you. Welcome to the University of St. Thomas.
So our colleagues in admissions have been telling us all about you all summer long. Yes, we talk about you as we wait for you to come, and telling us what a great class you're going to be, and we're excited to begin this journey with you. Students, you'll be joining other students from around the U.S. and all over the world. I know today we have students here from California. No woo-hoos? No one's that excited about it? Okay. Illinois. No one has pride in their... Okay, some people have pride in their state. Michigan. Remind me to introduce you to our Dean of Students later. She's from Michigan. North Dakota. I went to school there. I like North Dakota. Wisconsin. Okay. And of course, Minnesota. Okay, a little energy there. Thank you. All right. By the end of the summer, believe it or not, we'll have met students from practically every state in the United States. And in the fall, you'll be joining a community with over 550 international students from approximately 70 different countries. This will be a great opportunity for you to meet students from a variety of countries, as well as different ethnic and religious backgrounds. Today, you'll be hearing about many opportunities, including academic research, study abroad, service learning and volunteering, internship opportunities both on and off campus. You'll learn how to get involved in our many student clubs and organizations. You're about to embark on a transformational experience where you'll develop a foundation both inside and outside of the classroom. You'll meet new people, build community, learn with those who are different from you, navigate conflict, and develop skills that you will draw upon throughout your entire life. An important part of this orientation experience, as you heard Father Lawrence say in the prayer, and as I've even mentioned, is getting to know other people in this St. Thomas community. So take time today to get to know one another, other students, the faculty and staff you interact with, and the current students who you'll be interacting with. To practice that, I'm actually going to ask us to take a couple of minutes. For some of you, this will be real easy. You've been itching to do it since you got into this room. Some of you, this will be a bit more of a stretch. I'm going to give us 2 minutes. And then students, I'm going to ask you to stand up, find another student who you haven't had a conversation with yet, so it might mean going to a different table. Introduce yourself and tell them one thing you're excited about coming to St. Thomas. Parents and the guests in the room, you too. We're not going to let you get out of this. Find another parent or guest in the room that you haven't had a conversation with. Tell them something you're excited about for your student. 2 minutes. All right. I'm sure the students will quiet down for the professors quicker than they did for me once class starts, but this is great. That is phenomenal. I love the energy that this group has. Keep it all day long. I'm going to take a couple of minutes and review some logistics. First, if you look at the back of your name tag, both students and parents and guests, you'll see the schedule for the day. Students, you'll be in this room for another 40 minutes or so, and then we'll move you to a different space to do some work with your fellow students. Parents and guests, you'll stay in this room. You'll meet back up at lunch. And then in the afternoon, the students are off getting registered for classes, doing lots of great stuff, while the parents and guests stay in this building. So Definitely pay attention to where you are in this building. And while I'm in this room, since we are in here a lot, I'll just quickly point out emergency exits are behind me on either side, as well as the center stairwell many of you came up, and there's another stairwell on this side. Shouldn't need them, hope not to, but just in case, now you know. Restrooms are down the hall on the right on this floor as well as on that spot on any floor in this building. Students, just a reminder, we need you to stay until 4:45 today. We have a packed program. Believe it or not, a lot of institutions do 2-day orientations, week-long orientations. We've crammed as much as we can into one day to try to make sure we get you in and out as quickly as we can, but there's a lot to cover. So please plan on staying until 4:45. Parents and guests, we've got great content for you up until that time as well. I want to take a quick moment and introduce to you the rest of the team that has worked with me to plan orientation today. These programs could not happen without these individuals. Our 2 orientation interns this year are Amira Warren Yerby, over here to my left, and Hunter Santos in the back in the middle. Amira is a recent graduate of St. Thomas who majored in communication and journalism. Hunter is a junior this year studying social work. And they've been working with us since January to plan these programs for you all. Our orientation graduate assistant is Emily O'Connell. She's in the back, a little to my right, your left. She comes to us as a recent graduate from the University of Minnesota and is beginning her studies here at St. Thomas. Oh, I had one more. There, University of Minnesota. That was the punchline. And is beginning her studies here at St. Thomas in her Master's of Arts in Leadership and Student Affairs program. Please feel free to approach any of these staff members or any other staff members you see throughout the day if you have questions. If you can't find someone, or if you feel more comfortable asking a question in this way, you might want to write these numbers down or take a quick photo with your phone. Please feel free to text us throughout the day. If you're not sure where you're supposed to be, have a question and are just going to make sure it gets answered sometime today, we'll be watching that all day, as well as monitoring the programs, so we'll get back to you as quickly as we can if you have any of those questions. The next part of our morning is another important part of the orientation team, the orientation leaders. Many of you saw them in their purple polos and smiling faces as you came in this morning. And they're going to talk to us a little bit about some of the transitions students and families might experience here within the first year, and they're going to do it in a little bit of a creative way. So please help me welcome our orientation leaders.